WAKEONE is hellbent on giving Kep1er formulaic music for title tracks, and I will always eat it up because I love the girls too much, and that's the problem. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be diving a bit deeper into Kep1er and their relationship with WAKEONE. In my previous video, I didn't really talk much about their management. It was only briefly when I was discussing their promotion and marketing strategy for the debut. It's not a surprise that Kep1er is being mismanaged by the company. It's evident in the lack of promotions for some comebacks, the music direction, the absence of a concept alongside a cohesive sound in their releases, and the underutilization of the members. I don't know what type of lineup WAKEONE was expecting, but always expect the unexpected. I believe that when they received this lineup, they did know what to do with them, and to stay on the safer side, we got a fusion of a girl crush concept and a cute concept that doesn't really work for them. The ad-libs and the in some parts of the song just seem out of place. When this track was released, I was vibing to it. I still am, because the way the song starts off and the pre-chorus is so good. But when the post-chorus hits, it kind of throws everything off. 1 second we're badass, the next we're cute. It's jarring, and not necessarily in a good way, but I guess that's the whole point of teen crush, but I just think that it wasn't meshed well. Then we got a cute concept in Up, which had a lot of people questioning, was WAKEONE switching to a bright concept? No, because we were then subjected to Refresh, which a lot of people believe to be a hot mess. That song has to be the least liked title track from the girls. For me, I have a love and hate relationship with Refresh. Some parts are stuck in my head, but it's not a song that I'd get up and search for to listen. And then Love Struck with Giddy, that's all about cats. There was this one comment that said cats can be aliens too, and I'm not debunking that. However, the concept is still not fully fleshed out, which is why many people can't get into it. Because it's one thing if your concept is all over the place, but you're releasing good title tracks. It's another if your concept is everywhere all at once with questionable title tracks. WAKEONE did not sit down to actually plan their concepts and sound. They did not care to create a sense of identity for the group, and it's evident in everything that Kep1er releases. Of course, you do have some groups out there that do not stick to one theme and have concept switches or different eras. Some groups like G-Idol, Red Velvet, Cherry Bullet, etc. But there's one thing that Kep1er and these other groups do not have in common, and that is time. Kep1er is only promoting for 2 years and 6 months. They're a temporary group. IVE, NewJeans, LE SSERAFIM, Red Velvet, all these other groups are, I wouldn't say permanent, but they have more time to be doing concept switches. They have more time to be experimenting. They can do that because their contract is longer. They have 7 years compared to Kep1er's 2.5 years. Kep1er does not have the luxury of time to be switching between 50 different concepts, experimenting and trying new things in such a small time, because then it's just going to seem chaotic, and it's going to seem like the company doesn't know what they're doing. It's going to seem like the company didn't plan for them, and like it or not, it's going to turn some people off. That's not the only thing turning people off, as the solo stands in the fandom contribute to that as well, but we're going to get into that later. The girls do not have a consistent sound. You might find it, what I'm saying, a bit contradictory, but I'm not saying that they can't switch it up a bit when they feel like it, but it still has to have a trademark sound. You get what I mean? Does it have a dark or mysterious undertone? Is it alluring, retro, futuristic, or bright? What is it? What about this song that makes me go, yes, this is a Kep1er song, and in a positive way? Yes, they have good music. Yes, they have fun music, but is it so wrong to want to see your favorite group be trendsetters? The title tracks are the catalyst in getting people to listen to your album. Most of the time, if not always, the title tracks are the first songs to be released, so it's an introduction to the album. If that song does not grab your listeners, no one is going to take the time out to listen to the rest of the album unless they're a fan, or, you know, we already know that the B-sides are going to be good. However, if you do promote a B-side that really hooks the public, then chances are people might check out the album, but it's not going to happen all the time. And I don't think WAKEONE gets that, which leads me to question, do they know how to properly manage and promote their artists? Joyuri has not escaped their dungeons, and neither has dayeon. One of the worst decisions WAKEONE has ever made was sending the girls to Queendom. What was the reason? Is it just because they're an Mnet group, or are we just that terrible at management? I refuse to believe they're that terrible. WAKEONE did not seem prepared to manage a girl group. That's the only reason I can think of. They just sent them off because they didn't know what to do with them, and that time wasted on Queendom could have been used to go back to the drawing board to formulate a brand, identity, concept, and trademark sound for the girls. Because Wadadada received so many mixed reactions from the public, and you can see that the majority who tuned in for their debut left after hearing the song because they did not return for their first comeback or any other comeback that the girls released. It shows in both sales and views. My biggest problem with WAKEONE, Swing, and Mnet is their timing. I don't know if they're doing this deliberately or it's just a coincidence, but the fact that they keep releasing the girls' comebacks when other large girl groups such as IVE and LE SSERAFIM are releasing songs as well, it just seems like you're setting the girls up for failure. You already know that Kep1er is not that popular compared to, for example, IVE, and their title tracks are not always well received. WAKEONE doing this just causes Kep1er to fade even more into the darkness because they're getting overshadowed by these groups. No one is going to pay attention to Kep1er when IVE just dropped a song on the same day. The girls have not done any dance or rap covers to showcase their skills. The most they have done was around 5 vocal covers for Mashiro, Yeseo, bahiyyih, youngeun, and chaehyun. Now, when I say dance covers, I'm not talking about the 30 seconds or the 60 seconds Instagram reel or TikTok videos that we have been seeing from them. They See You With Kiss Me More by Doja Cat featuring SZA, covering other artists' songs and putting out interesting content like this would get Kep1er's name out there even more. Kep1ers have been rioting since the dawn of Kep1er for fair line distribution and screen time. There are a lot of solo stands out there and they have not united to become one to support the group because their faves aren't getting enough screen time and lines, which of course is understandable. However, that's not a reason to send hate to any of the members, and the solo stands kind of turn people away, especially new fans who would like to get into the group, because if these solo stands are so toxic, then that isn't the healthiest environment to insert yourself in. I mean, of course, I kept hoping that maybe for the next comeback, this member will shine more or get more lines or screen time, and each and every time I am disappointed, but what can I do? WAKEONE doesn't know how to utilize the members to show that they are the full package. They're not letting them unleash their full potential. Management does not issue a simple statement to defend Kep1er from malicious hate comments. Defending your group and protecting your artist is the bare minimum, as they are bringing you coins, they're not freeloading. And it's so disappointing to see that type of unprofessionalism coming from both WAKEONE and Swing. We're not asking you to move the mountains or the rivers, we're not asking for a miracle, but we are just asking for you to care for the members. Also, I realized that on my research, WAKEONE is a bit understaffed. The last time I checked, the number of employees ranged from around 38 to 43 employees, and it might be a case where everyone is just overworked and stressed, which isn't a healthy environment to begin with. I'm not even going to get into the comparisons that I have been seeing literally everywhere between the new boy group from Boys Planet 0 Base 1 with Kep1er, because that would just be a whole other rant that I would not like to get into.